What's up, guys? Wanted to come on here and recap the trade that I took today in Moneyline. Um, Today I was watching SPY. Today is August 15th. And I was watching SPY. Typically, here's my setup that you guys can see on my screen here. I usually have SPY or one of the major indexes here. I have my order book here, and then I have my time and sales or the tape that I can watch here. I was watching Apple in the top left-hand corner, and then I was watching the VIX down here in the bottom left-hand corner. So as you can see, Friday, August 12th, we had a major move up to the 427 level on SPY. I actually told the room they should consider getting puts over the weekend because I think we would have a gap back down. We did have a gap down on Monday this morning. So we did gap down all the way to 423.37, and then at open we started to pump, right? So I typically watch the 2-minute time frame, and I have the 1348 and 200 EMA on, and so I saw that we were kind of basing over the 200. Considered entering calls there, but I didn't. I was actually busy, preoccupied doing something else there, so I didn't take those calls. So just continue to be patient. So we pumped all the way up to the pre-market high, rejected pre-market high, and then came back down, right? So we came down. This was kind of my indication that I was looking to maybe go long here. And so what happened was we came down, tested the 48 EMA at about 10:30 Eastern time. We pumped back up, came back down again, bounced around the 200 EMA at the 11 o'clock timestamp. And then again at the 11:15, 11:16 timestamp, we bounced off there. And this is where I really started to get interested in going long in SPY, or in this case in SPX. So when I enter a trade, I like to have multiple confirmation points to kind of enter. If you're in the room frequently, you'll hear me say I'd like to take a trade when the chart slaps me in the face and says it's time to take the trade. So what I want to do is show you what I was looking at on SPY here on the 2-minute time frame. Okay, zoom in a little bit here. There we go. Okay, so I was looking at the 2-minute time frame here, and what I saw was that we bounced off the 200 here. We got a nice hammer candle off the 200, which is typically a bullish sign, right? Going forward, and we did get a nice little pop there, and then we got a kind of shooting star here that came back down, and then we bounced again off the 200. In this area here, we kind of created intraday demand, if you will, where there was, shares available. People had demand, wanted to pick up these shares, and they were buying them at these levels. So when we wicked off the 200 here, this is where I kind of got my antennas going, right, if you will, for a long entry on a trade. And so what happened here was we ramped up off that 200 at about 11:24. And what I was looking at here, what I told the room, was that we were starting to flag here, right? So here's a flag. We started to flag on the 2-minute is what I was telling them. It's like, hey, watch this, because it looks like there's a flag forming right at the 13, right at the 13 EMA. And so we got 1, 2, 3 candles in this flag, and then the next one kind of dropped down, tapped this 13 EMA. I went long in SPX calls here, and let me show you what I was looking at on the Apple chart as well, up here in the top left. You can see at that same time frame, we really didn't flag too much on Apple, but we got this hammer candle over a key level of 172.34 that I had on Apple. So if you look at Apple's chart for the day, we kind of came up there. We rejected, that's what was the high there? 172.22. And then here at about 10 o'clock, 10 to 10:05, we rejected the 172.34 level. We rejected again at 10:30. rejected again at 10:45, 10:46, 10:48. We rejected again at 11:22. We rejected again at 11:28, right? And then we got this hammer candle here where we actually cleared that level of 172.34, right? And so when I saw that we cleared that 172.34 level, I knew there was a good chance that Apple could see a nice move up to the next level I have on my chart, which is 172.95. At the same time, we were getting a flag here on the S&P 500, and so that's where I entered SPX calls 4295 SPX calls, and I entered at a price with an average of 180, I believe was my average, 180. Those calls ended up running over 400% today. This move alone right here printed about 300% on those calls. So from 11:30 all the way up here, I think this is the candle I was looking at. So 11:30, within an hour, guys, we got about a up here, 400% when we ran up here, and we rejected the 429 level. This was at 1:08 Eastern time. So 11:30 to 1:08, about an hour and a half, and we saw a 400% move on SPY. These are the types of things that we like to look at in Moneyline on a daily basis. So we like to play the indexes, SPY, QQQ, SPX. We'll look at those. One of the reasons I do have Apple up on my chart is because Apple is about 6% weight in SPY. So typically what I've noticed is that SPY can carry the entire market. It can also pull the entire market down. And so when I see relative strength in Apple, I will frequently look to play SPY off of that. So again, just recapping this flag pattern, you could have played this one play today and made your entire month a 400% move. Obviously, we scale on the way up. We don't hold that full position. It would have been nice to hold a full position all the way through, but scale as you go, and obviously leave runners. I always say let your runners turn into track stars if you can. So scale that full position, on those big pops, and then let those runners go as long as they're going to run. And in this case, that 429 reject was a nice place to sell the rest of those runners at. So hopefully this helped you guys. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Feel free to also tag us on Twitter. Ask us anything. We're here to help. And there's also a link to the Discord. You are welcome to join. It is free. We love helping people out. So hopefully everyone found some value in this video. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.